I ate my apple. Mission accomplished. That's all I have. That's all that happens for the rest of the day. I'm pretty good. I ate my apple. I was only 1 minute late. Make sure that I'm not covered with apple juice. Put my shoes on. We got the shoe of the day. I'm back to the New Balance Trail Glove. That's what it's called, a trail glove. It's a good shoe. Barefoot, minimalistic. I got some non-minimalistic shoes back there too. I don't like wearing them too much. Cat says, Squirrel Sniper, what is? That's his birthday, Cat. 3/27 is Squirrel Sniper's birthday. Sorry, guys. Hey, Ashley. Ashley, I was just thinking about you yesterday. Marlon says, hi there, my hot, sexy Yogi Bear. There's a hot, sexy Yogi Bear? That his little girl says, first thumbs up. Namaste. Namaste to you, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. Vamps is here. Goldie, good morning. Hey, Goldie, thank you so much for introducing me to Daniel. That was such a pleasant time spent. Marlon says, hi, I might fall asleep again. So sorry, I don't talk much. That's okay. The sun will be up earlier than ever. Goes in action starting tomorrow. So I'm going to be out as early as possible. Cat says, but does it have duct tape? Hey, Selma. Does what have? Gotta have duct tape. No matter what the situation. Hey, Sissy. Cat says, thank you, Yogi. Oh, my shoe. No, this shoe does not have duct tape. Yet. Eventually. Eventually it will have duct tape. Hey, Lee. Lee says, good morning, everyone. Hope you have a beautiful weekend with much joy. Hey, Jace. So I want to talk about last night. You guys know what happened last night. I hold Cat responsible for this. Cat is responsible for last night. So on our last night live stream, right, Jay says, what did I miss? Right towards the end. Well, our good friend Bamp says, what happened last night? Cat says, no, you started it. No, I give Cat full responsibility for this. Our friend, young friend, Cheyenne Sings, wanted to come up and sing. She doesn't get much opportunity to do so. She's got limited time, but the window of opportunity presented itself. And Cheyenne came up and sang beautifully. Beautifully. It was such a moving experience. Everyone was touched by her presence, by her sincerity, by the loveliness of her voice. Hey, Carl. Carl says, what's up, y'all? What's up? Just such a moving experience. Now, I know that our friend Cheyenne has also been going through some difficult times. And Dylan just says, are you racist? Nope. But I'm glad you asked. Gives me the opportunity to say, no, I'm not. I know that it's been difficult. And I just wanted to hint at it a little bit. You don't want to put anyone on the spot. So I asked her how things were, her and her father. And she said it's been tough, having a hard time affording groceries. I said, I know Cheyenne, and she would never say, hey, I need some help. But I do happen to know that she has a PayPal account. And I mentioned, and then she said she could use some help with groceries. The next thing I know, I get a $50 super chat from Cat and Jack. Cat doesn't want to take much credit, so I suspect it was Jack who hit the send button. Jack probably prompted her and said, "Go ahead and do it." Uh, Jack's got a good heart, as all dogs do. Um, $50 super chat with a message. Extend to Cheyenne, please. Which I did. And then, right afterwards, $50 super chat. Shirley, please extend to Cheyenne. And then, not long after, I already had her PayPal account up because I had put a little bit in there myself. I try to do it every few days, just a little bit because I know she can use it, her and her father. The next thing I know, our friend Carl, 100 pounds, which equates to $230. Through the gift of her song, through the gift of the beauty and sincerity of her voice, and having the courage to come up, she was a little bit afraid. She received so much more coming back. If you guys want to receive, what's the content of your giving? What are you giving? Do you want love in your life? How much love are you putting out? Do you want kindness in your life? How kind are you? Do you want abundance in your life? What can you give that puts you in the divine circulation, divine compensation of giving and receiving being the exact same thing? Duncan Walsh, $1 billion syndrome. A lot of people think, well, I don't have a whole lot of money coming in, so what can I give? Shan gave her song. She gave her voice. She gave her sincerity or authenticity. And she created a beautiful moment. Like I said, just her singing, everyone was moved. Everyone was touched. And the love came back to her hundredfold. But it was that little, sometimes you wonder what's going to be the spark. Hey, Sissy, congratulations. Sissy reached 1K milestone on Facebook. It is. Now let's keep working on your watch hours. So Kat was again, Kat doesn't want to take much credit, but she was the spark. She was open enough and moved enough to do that. And then that little spark, that little tiny drop, that drop of love literally became an avalanche by the end of the live stream. I'm glad it could be there. So that was that. That's how it worked. Thank you guys. Hey Lucy. Thank you guys for doing that last night. Thank you guys for being there. He says, always give a heart, mind, and soul, and time, if nothing else, even a smile, is priceless. Ultimate kindness makes the world better. It does. Sissy says, I still have a long way to go on YouTube. Me too. But hey, it's ongoing. And you're on, Goldie says, ads. I believe yesterday or today is actually my 1-year anniversary of being monetized. And I keep mentioning, speaking of not really wanting to take too much credit, our friend Vamps, Goldie, she led the way. She led the way for getting me monetized. She sometimes had me up 24/7, and she had the good sense not to have the volume up all the way or on at all. So I wrote about that this morning. Not in so many words. So I'm going to read what I wrote. I titled it My Experiment. Here's my experiment. I wondered if I could, at this point in my life, age 60, completely surrender to the sway of life. or what A Course in Miracles refers to as the Holy Spirit. My goal was and is simple: give of myself to the extent that I'm able, offering kindness throughout, just a gentle expression, and then simply receive whatever's offered in return. And now I find myself with a YouTube channel, showing up 3 times a day, offering guided breathwork sessions, answering meditation questions, talking about forgiveness as experienced through the framework of the Course, but mostly just showing up, trying to be kind, providing a place for others to do so as well. So how's my experiment going? It's ongoing. And most often I find myself asking if I can extend this kindness towards myself for my many mistakes and blunders along the way. I'm doing some deep forgiveness work here, mostly on myself. But I've seen some incredible acts of kindness too. Genuine smiles being offered to each other, and the sheer delight of being in the company of people who care so sincerely for the well-being of others. Some they just met. It's been amazing to be part of, and my joy of being here continues to deepen and grow. So how's my experiment going? It's been a success. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I love you. Sincerely so. More than I could possibly convey. Hi, Anna. Carl says, we definitely don't get what we deserve because the world's not a fair place. But that's fine. It's life. You know what? I'm going to offer you what, excuse me. I'm going to offer you the perspective from A Course in Miracles that literally has changed everything for me. Do not seek to change the world. The world isn't a fair place. But don't seek to change it. Seek to change how you see the world and watch what happens. Thank you, Lee. Hey, Lee. Thank you for what you bring to this experiment. Thank you for being part of this experiment with me. Cody says ripple effect. Yes, indeed. Marlon says, I love you too. My sexy Yogi stud. Marlon, I think you just love me for my sexiness. Do you see the real me? Carl says it doesn't change the reality of the world. Change your mind and watch the reality of the world change, Carl. Don't judge the world. Seek to change your judgment of the world. Watch what happens. Suspend the judgment and watch what happens. To see a limited perception and take it as the whole, the one little piece of the puzzle, and think, well, this puzzle is, it's like the 3 blind men and the elephant. One has the trunk and says that an elephant is like a snake. The other has an ear and it says, no, an elephant is like a huge leaf, but always moving. And someone else has a tail and says, nope, an elephant is like a rope. All of them have a piece of an elephant. All of them have a perception of an elephant, but no one has the complete perception of what an elephant is. Guess what? Not even an elephant. Sissy says, we love you. I love you too, Sissy. Lee says, no need offer thanks. We all know in our heart that it is pure and unspoken, but always there. I agree, but I love offering thanks. I love expressing gratitude in every possible moment. I love the simplest prayer. You guys have heard me talk about this incessantly. For the time, whatever time you've been showing up. Years ago, late 80s, when I was a complete and utter miserable mess, reading the prayers of Meister Eckhart, if the only prayer one ever says in the entirety of their life is thank you, that would be enough. That would suffice. And I don't know why, in that utter mess of my life, I took that to heart. And I started waking up every morning, sometimes forgetting, very often, most days, having absolutely nothing I could think to be thankful for, but saying thank you, thank you, thank you 3 times. And my life literally began to transform. So, again, from the perspective of Course in Miracles, this is for our friend Carl. There is no world apart from your perception of the world. If you are perceiving a world that is a mess, I'm not going to argue with you. It's a mess. But why is it our perception? Where does the world occur? The world never occurs outside of our consciousness. The world never occurs outside of our thoughts about the world. What would happen if our thoughts about the world began to change? We could argue it would be the same, but how do you know? Have you truly, truly made any attempt first to examine, to be aware of your thoughts about the world, and then going within and asking, can I see something different? Can I see peace instead of what's going on? Then you become, as what Goldie was saying, part of the ripple effect. It extends outward from you. When you embrace God and you see God, it extends outwards. Course in Miracles says we are either projecting, projection makes perception, or we are extending. And extending only comes from love. Love only wishes to extend itself. So you're going all the way back to the beginning of the Course, and it says, nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists. If you are experiencing any threat, it's part of the illusion. So if the world's a mess, why would I lie to you? Why would you be lying to yourself? I already said the world's a mess. I didn't disagree with you even a little bit. So why would you take that as lying to yourself? Your perception of the world is a mess. Yep, I agree. I agree 100%. My perception of the world, it's a mess. So what do? Do I go out in the world and try to clean up a mess? Nope. It's all I can do to clean up the mess my cats make every morning. Don't give me responsibility of the world. But here's what I can do. I can study my own little mess that I'm helped creating and begin to change it. And Carl, if you're wrong, if I'm wrong, guess what? You created a happy little corner. You've extended just a little bit of love. I could sit around and moan about the world being a mess, just adding to it. Or maybe I'd be the catalyst of a great, great change, one little ripple effect at a time, and changing how we perceive the world. If I'm completely mistaken, 100%, totally wrong, and at the end of my life, I think, man, I didn't change the world at all. It's still a mess. But guess what? At least I was kind. At least I was giving. At least I extended love to the extent that I was able. Guess what? I'll nod my head and I will smile and I'll be ready to go. It's enough for me. Carl, let's see. Vamp says, I believe some of my messages don't come through. Hey, Daniel. Nice to see you, my friend. All right, guys. We've got about 4 minutes. It's the solstice. Let's enjoy that light. He says, see beauty in the world. What I could see. as it should be. I love how Reb says, Sniper DC message before the ripple effect. Oh, I see it. Sorry, I missed it. Stop burning me up. Just just help out others like Daniel. Oh, I love helping out Daniel. And um, Goldie, I'm going to buddy you up one more time. Here's what I love about you. Here's one of the many, many things I love about you. That you are bringing people like Daniel into my awareness so that I'm not only able to help them out, but I get to enjoy what they're doing. You picked just the right people, Goldie. Sissy says, yes, Goldie, you told Yogi not to buddy you up. Let's take this in context, guys. All right, I'm sitting here with one shoe on, one shoe off. My cat is looking at me like I'm crazy. Reb says, thank you. Hey, Goldie, before I go, do you want to drop a link for Daniel? Sissy says, time to break out to carry gold. You're welcome. Carl says, I think we humans can fix the world together, but no one cares, so we better not care either. But what if you're wrong? I love, I mentioned this before, Richard Bach. Let me bring it up real quick. Richard Bach wrote Jonathan Livingston Seagull and Illusions. Highly recommend both, especially Illusions. Here's a great quote from Richard Bach. Argue for your limitations, and sure enough, they're yours. Argue, let's reframe that in language of the Course. Argue for your perceptions, and they're yours. Carl, what if every single thing you think is wrong? But what if beneath every little thing that you think, there's something that's right? There's a correct thought. And the correct thought is silence itself. The correct thought is the silence of spirit, the silence of the heart, that is pure, unconditional love. Graham says, how about you play one of his shorts? Could you drop a link? I can play a short and then I'll head right out the door. Give me 1 second, guys. Border says in a second. Give me a second, guys. We're bringing up a young composer Imagine that. A young symphonic composer, symphony music. Who knows someone composing symphony music right now? Hey, Big Al. Do you imagine the sheer weight of impossibility of a young person? Jason's back through my walk with Xena. Nice. And we are both done. The heat. Oh, I bet. So, as way of introduction, before I hit the link for Goldie, a young symphonic conductor, not hip hop, not pop music, not all the popular stuff that could make him a ton of money because he's a talented musician. He is drawn to the music of the spheres, the music of the cosmos, the whispering of angels. Symphony music is just so beautiful, and it really is that music from the ethers. He's drawn to it, and he wishes, hey Rob, hey Easy, and he wishes to express it despite the overwhelming just he'll never be heard on a popular radio station, right? Doesn't matter. He's doing what his heart is calling him to do. Goldie introduced me to him. The link didn't work, Goldie. It came back to yours. But all right, guys. This is called Love Dream. I brought him up, Goldie. That's Daniel. Guys, I hope you reach out. Do one more little clip. All right, guys. You know what to do. You know what to do. I'm going to get ready to take a walk. Big Al, it's nice to see you. Lucy Lucy does the afternoon work. Lucy wants to come up and do some card reading this afternoon. If you have a question, yes or no, this afternoon. We'll do for however long you guys have questions. And it says, thank you so much, Yogi. You're welcome, and thank you. Lucy says that would be great. Awesome. So we've been doing a bit of singing on the live stream. It's been fun. I might have to back out of the singing world a little bit myself. I mentioned yesterday, I found myself in between live streams on Amazon looking at mics and thinking, wonder how I would sound if I was amplified. That's not good. No one needs an amplified yogi. No one needs an amplified yogi in their life. I realized, man, what am I doing? Online looking at microphones. So I may need to back away. We'll still have the singing. You can still come up. Sing whenever you feel compelled to come up and sing. However, me, I don't know, guys. Rob said, Lucy, your channel is great. Lucy's channel is great. I agree. All right, I got to go. Easy Home Cooking, thank you for being here. Rob dropped the link, asked Lucy to check it out. You can all check it out, not just Lucy. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate you dropping your link. Easy says, please, friends, I'm cooking video. Please watch. Absolutely. Hey, Easy, you're always welcome to drop a link. If you have a video that you want people to check out. Oh, he says, Yogi, you're missing it. I am missing it. I have to go. Guys, I love you. Take care.